All right, here we are with Robert Screenart and another Who You Meet on the Beach here at Boca Chica. And this man is very interesting. What line of work are you in?
I'm Eric Teshche. I'm an architect. I'm also a registered investment advisor, and I got a bunch of weird stuff that doesn't really matter. I rent out a bunch of autonomous cars. I have fully zero energy Airbnbs that survived a hurricane. That was fun.
Nice.
But the architect side's always in me. So I've wanted to go to Mars since I was 7 years old, and to actually be here to the departation point that goes to Mars in some point in the very near future is absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And I've been watching this thing go up for years, even before it started, just because I was so interested in it. And yeah, there's a few things that I was thinking idea-wise, because we want to catch the rocket here, but if we can't, we don't want to blow up the whole thing, so they got to land in the ocean. But that's still a, who knows, $40-50 million rocket in the ocean. And if there was a way that you could create basically a drone ship with the landing legs on the drone ship, when it comes down, those catch the ship. Yeah. That would be a better possibility.
This is awesome.
And on top of that, I thought, well, if we're really going to try to get to Mars in 4 years with people, 2 years with unmanned and 4 years with people, we should look at 3D printing capabilities with using the Boring Company tunnel that prints bricks, and then use those bricks to print buildings for the people that actually need homes here, that are working here.
Right.
And then we could do trial and error with the people that are actually living here with the homes that we would actually build on Mars. I feel like that would just be the best trial and error solution.
Love it.
Because we already need them. We need this stuff, so let's do it.
Cool. So we'll have red brick homes up there. It's a Mars brick.
Yeah, Mars brick. Well, there's this way that you can actually just grab all of this stuff, and then you add a bit of it's almost like shotcrete to it, and then it hardens itself. But we can use all the same materials that are on Mars, and then it basically just oozes it out like frosting until it builds this giant cone.
Love it.
And then that is the house. And
Cool.
then we could use the boring tunnel inside to go down, so you could have like a main level house and then underground house for, you know, those not so fun radiation storms that we're going to get.
Yes, we
when
are.
You only have 1% of the atmosphere and no geomagnetic. What's the word for the that we have here on Earth?
Storms?
No, the
Aurora Borealis?
We don't have a magnetosphere on Mars. That's the thing. We don't have that, so it's like we have this nice little invisible umbrella that Mary Poppins is holding.
Yes, we do.
But they don't have that on Mars. There's a solution for that too, though.
Okay.
So this is just a very small idea. We don't know how big you could scale it up, but if you could create a dynamo in orbit, and a dynamo is basically just something that produces an electromagnetic field.
Right.
If you spin it fast enough against itself, it'll create a magnetic field. But for a whole planet, this would be insane. Unless you put a whole bunch of them in geosynchronous orbit around Mars. Right. And then you could have, I don't know, 12, 24 of them in geosynchronous orbit, and each one would act like an umbrella to the sun. Yeah. And it might be really, really tiny, but maybe it can far enough away repel enough of that electromagnetic solar flares and all that, and Mars could be behind that tiny umbrella, and each one could pass around and continue to orbit around, so it would just be like umbrella after umbrella protecting Mars from solar winds. Cool. I don't know if it'll work. I have no clue, because it's never been done before, but it's better than not doing anything.
That's great. And I think you need to start a company called Architects for Mars.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Absolutely.
Architects for Mars. Let's do it.
And then submit your resume and your ideas to Elon and the group, and see if we can get you on the team that builds a habitat on Mars.
Well, that's the other thing. I'm on the X Prize right now.
Neat.
Yeah, so the X Prize, it's for the carbon sequestration. It's the $100 million carbon sequester X Prize. Simple solution. Just like everything that's fast. Yep. What's the fastest growing plant? Took me months to figure this out. Empress tree. Empress tree is the fastest growing plant that sequesters the most carbon. 26 times faster growing than any tree on the planet. Sequesters 26 times as much carbon as any tree on the planet. And you can harvest it right at the stump, and it grows right back like a blade of grass. And that takes 8 to 10 years. and it's the highest strength weight to ratio of any wood. So you can use it to build buildings, guitars, furniture, and you have an unlimited supply essentially, and each tree is sequestering 1 ton of carbon per tree per year. A normal tree, 27 pounds. This thing though, 1 ton, now this is the good part. 50 billion tons is what we spit out as humans.
Yes.
There's 8 billion humans.
Yeah.
Well, 50 billion tons is 50 billion trees.
Yeah.
50 billion trees divided by 8 people, that's roughly 4 trees per person. Carbon problem solved.
Whoa. Wow, how can people reach out to you if they want to contact you?
Trying to think, Eric Teshche at gmail.com, ERICTESCH
All right.
at gmail.
Yeah.
Also, I have a YouTube channel called Beyond Plain Sight. It's just getting its legs right now. I have 54 different scripts that I have not had time to film because I'm running around all over the place. I just came from a wedding in San Diego just so I could see this launch.
That's great.
But, you know, it's like there's no time to do stuff. You got to make time to do it.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you made time to be here today.
Definitely,
And,
definitely.
Anything else you got want to add?
Oh, I mean, 50 billion trees might seem like a lot, but really that's about the size of Colombia.
Okay.
Now, to put that in perspective, that's 0.6% of the surface area of the Earth.
Okay.
We have chopped down about 30% of the trees, and this would be like adding like 6% of them back. So mind you, very difficult to take down 30% of the trees.
Right.
Very easy to put 6% back.
Nice.
And that doesn't have to be just in the United States. You could put them anywhere south of the Ohio River, Indonesia, Brazil. These trees actually existed here before the last ice age, but then the last ice age got a little nippy for them. We're just putting them back.
Cool.
Might as well put woolly mammoths back too.
Oh, yes. Why not? Bring the old back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Be blessed.
Great meeting you. This is an awesome spot.
I
can't
know.
believe we're gonna be this close to the future of humanity and
Yes, we are.
consciousness right here.
Hot dog. All right. Well, there we go, folks. Free thinker, and that's how we're going to get there. Peace, love, and rockets.